Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Frank James Bailey and welcome to my YouTube channel. I suspect this video will probably be kind of long because I'm going to talk about the meeting that I had last Thursday with a Hollywood producer who makes cartoons and stuff. But before I get to all that, I want to remind you to go to Tercona.com. That is Tercona, Tercona.com. Coming soon is comic book number 3, Burmese, and you'll be able to pre-order that really soon. Not quite yet, but really soon. It's on the way. Anyway, go to Tercona.com and check out all the characters and that kind of stuff. Tercona.com. Alright, now here's the bulk of the video. Last Thursday, I had a meeting with a Hollywood, producer. He does a lot of cartoon stuff, a lot of animation stuff. He also has his own YouTube channel where I've learned a lot by watching his videos. Now, in case you haven't figured this out by now, I'm not going to mention his name. But if you know me, and you know how to find research things, you'll probably be able to find out who I talk to. I didn't sign a NDA with him, which is a non-disclosure agreement, but, just in case there's any, hey, you shouldn't have talked about, said it was me, that kind of thing, I'm not going to mention his name. Anyway, here's what we talked about. I told him several times, and he's known for years, because I met this guy back in 2016, he's known for years that I want to turn my Tercona character into a cartoon. And he asked me, why? And I'm like, well, of course, because it'd be a great cartoon. It's action adventure, and there's all kind of great stuff like that. But then the reality sank in when he told me this. Cartoons cost a lot of money to make. Cartoon is one aspect of it, and yes, the fandom will grow with the cartoon, but the way the studios make the money back is with video games, t-shirts, pops, other forms of revenue that they can sell to make the money back that they put into the cartoon to create the fandom. With me, I already have a small fandom growing, but let's be honest, it's not super huge like Miraculous Ladybug, Kim Possible, or My Hero Academia. It's not that huge yet. It's growing. I have a small fandom that like Tercona, but it's not super huge yet. That's the reality of it. Another thing I found kind of, disheartening that he told me was he wasn't too fond of the artwork. He thought some of the shadowing was off, or some of the characters, their height and stuff, and sometimes those sizes weren't exactly the same. Now, I've told him I had the same artist since 2015. I don't really want to change the artist, because if I change the artist all of a sudden, the fandom might say, hey, what's going on here? Although that's been done several times before. The biggest example is the New 52 from DC Comics. They revamped everything with new artists and everything when Barry came back to reality after he changed his mom and killed his mom and whatever else. If you know the New 52, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They revamped everything. So that's what this guy was telling me. Well, why don't you revamp everything? And if I decided to do that, it would take a couple of years to implement that, so I would keep going right now with the same artist anyway. That's if I decided to go in that direction. And I want to keep reminding you, this guy told me several times, listen, this is my opinion here. So in his humble opinion, that he's been experienced with for the past 25 years in animation, he also thought my story was kind of fan-fictionist. It's like I'm telling the story from a guy's point of view, and I'm writing... It's like I'm writing for a male character or a boy character with a female body on it. Okay, I can kind of see that, because I'm a guy writing female characters. Tercona, Brittany, and other female characters that are in the storyline. I kind of understand that. Maybe I should hire some female writers to get female points of view. But generally, to make a long story short, he gave me a lot of insight about the business of making cartoons, about the business of animation, and that kind of stuff. And if I'm going to keep my same artist and keep going down my same path that I'm going on with the same storyline, it's probably not going to grow that much. It's going to keep steady and just keep going like a flat line. And I might make a few more fans. I might not. I don't know. I mean, again, he always said it's his own humble opinion. But if I want to grow as it, I should need to get a new artist, start a whole new storyline, that kind of thing. Okay. I mean, again, I came away from this, with a lot of knowledge. That's good information to have. Okay, great. I like that. Other forms of revenue, and I've loved his opinion about some things, which is fantastic. All right, fast forward a couple days later. I was talking to my friend Phil, my best friend Phil that I've known for 25, 30 years. I've known this guy since high school. He knows that I've also written several other things in the past before Tercona. I've written screenplays. I've written some small short stories. I'm generally a born writer. I love to create. For example, I'm not going to tell you all the details about it, but he knows of the story I wrote a long time ago called The Moloch Powers. What my friend Phil suggested was, keep Tercona exactly the same. Write the same stories I want to write them how I want to write them, and keep the same artist. When I decide to start writing the Moloch powers, turn that into something like a graphic novel. Not a bunch of comics, but a graphic novel, and hire a brand new artist for a brand new story. I really like that idea. This way the fans of Tercona wouldn't be upset that I'm changing everything all at once. My friend Phil also knows that I've written some other things that are less kid-friendly. More, if it was a movie, it'd be rated R. He suggested that, hey, since I go to Comic-Cons, sell the comics and all the kid-friendly stuff at Comic-Cons, or just put that off to the side. This is kid-friendly, so when the adults actually come to my shows or anywhere that I'm doing a public appearance, I can put the more adult-oriented stuff aside. Hey, this one is more for adults, but this side over here is all meant for kids. I'm a writer. I've written all these different stories. It makes me as a more rounded writer, and I like that idea too. So I think right now, at this very moment, at the beginning of July, I'm going to keep everything the same with Tercona. If more people notice her, that's fantastic. But eventually, I'm going to start writing some other things. And this way, you guys get to see what else I've written besides one thing, which is Tercona. This will take time. It's not going to happen like tomorrow or next week, but I have all kinds of ideas in my head for all sorts of different stories that have nothing to do with Tercona. But I still want to keep the Tercona storyline going in the way that I want to, because it's more personal to me. Like I said, Tercona's alter ego is named Paige after my daughter. So speaking of Tercona, one last time, go to Tercona.com right there. Check out some of the storyline. Check out the characters. Tercona comic book number 3, Burmese, will be out in September, and you'll soon be able to pre-order it before you can get it. I'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. All right, that about does it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions or any input you want to tell me about this particular video, please leave a comment in the comment section below the video. Again, thanks a lot for watching. That's all for now. Bye-bye.